Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 182 of the GenGaming podcast. I'm your host as always, I am Tyler, and joining me, we have the Colonel himself, the Almighty One. We have Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing alright. Had a lot of sleep, had a lot of interesting developments and stuff for today, but other than that, I've actually played some recent games. I have my Link amiibo that I got from Walmart today, and I'm feeling fucking good.
Which Link is he?
So, he's the Ocarina of Time Link.
I see.
Very nice.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Just the design of the figure itself. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's like I like it when I get something from a game I really enjoy. Like, for example, if I found like a little figurine or something like that from Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I found like a little figure of Alucard, I probably would have that on my bookshelf right now, you know? It's just, I kind of like the idea of having a decoration or some sort of form from a game that I really like and have it displayed somewhere in my room to be like, okay, this is where I came from, this is where I am now. Yeah. That type of deal, you know?
Like very specific to that game.
Yeah, exactly.
More special.
But yeah, other than that, man, it's like, it's another weekend. It's another time to just chill. Mm-hmm. And pretty much so. So how you been doing, Tyler?
I am doing well. It is Saturday. We are living in a post-Rogue One world.
Ooh,
it's out now. We've seen it. Justin and I did when we saw it last night. It is
but yes.
pretty good.
Yes.
So it's nice to finally see that movie. I have a question. Before we get to that question,
yes.
Kind of a story / question. Justin is also here. How you doing, buddy?
Good. It's 1 degree outside. 1 degree.
Yeah.
And it's nice
1
in here.
degree.
It feels good.
It's fucking bullshit.
Things have been going good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice, toasty 32 degrees here.
Busy with getting ready for Christmas and stuff, but that's the usual this time of year. Yeah. I still have some stuff to do, too. Yeah. But yeah, things are going good. For sure. Mm-hmm. To your question, what were you going to ask?
Okay, but I don't know.
Or whatever it is.
It's so... I've talked about it before in the podcast. Where I work, we have a locker room. People get dressed. See a lot of penises. But weird experience. You know, we all get dressed at the end of the day, whatever, before we leave. There's a shower. You're supposed to technically shower before you leave.
I take it this is not a Rogue One question.
This is not a Rogue One question. No, this is nothing to do with Rogue One. This has about to do with being in a locker room full of men. So we've probably all been in a locker room. People dressing, changing, whatever. People get naked. Because we wear uniforms at work.
Yeah.
And we got to change.
My work's the same way.
We work a lot. Yeah. So we have like a lot of chemicals in work. So people got to shower, get shit off the system. You're supposed to technically shower before you leave. 95% of us don't.
Yeah.
We just go home and take showers. I do anyways. But every day at work, or not work, I'm sorry. A place I just spend 40 plus hours a week that pays me money to be there. I don't get fired. I don't know if I can for this. I'm not actually talking with the company. I'm not going to say the name of it. But there's like, I don't know, like the way the lockers and everything are set up, it's like the lockers are maybe a foot wide. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's very tight.
Narrow. Yeah,
and you don't want, you just got like, change as best you can in the situation you're in and like being trapped between like 50 people. So anyways.
I know the feeling.
And also naked people.
Yes.
Which is uncomfortable as it is. But anyways, when you first walk to the locker room, there's like, you turn to the left, and that's where all the lockers are. And the guy on the very end took a shower.
Yeah.
Walked out of the shower wearing just a towel, which is fine, whatever. And spent the next 4 to 5 minutes drying off and also having a constant conversation with us. And like 10, 15 minute people, butt ass naked, everything out in the wind.
Yeah.
Everybody was pretty calm about it. But unfortunately, I turned the corner and he was there. Saw the goods, and unfortunately had to try to he wanted to create conversation man with me because he works in kind of the same area as I do, and he's fairly new, so I'm one of the few people he knows. And unfortunately, I had to make a lot of eye contact or try to do my best.
Try to look in the eyes.
Yes. Meanwhile, he's just you just dried that like 3 seconds ago, and now you're drying it again.
You just wanted to say it. You just wanted to say you can't really see that he's drying it, but you know he is because you can see peripherally down that he's drying the same spot 5 times now.
But it's just like he dried every part of his body like 8 times.
Oh, this is
my question is, what's locker room etiquette?
You just let it go. First day I walked into my locker room at work, Tyler, I didn't know there was going to be a naked old fat guy at the freaking hand washing thing naked with his wang hanging over the edge of the rim, brushing his teeth and smiling at me. I didn't know that was going to happen. It kind of broke whatever. Everything I see in there now is just nothing. It shattered me. The high school I went to wasn't like you take showers, which is like, it's normal, you know?
Yeah.
Dudes see each other naked all the time, like especially back in the old days. But I wasn't used to it because I'm like, I just graduated from high school. I came from Lincoln.
An old fat guy sitting on the toilet brushing his fucking teeth.
400 pounds, and he's just smiling at me, brushing his teeth. Never seen me in his life. And he lifted his hand at the wave. It's like, that's a nice, jolly guy. He had a huge beard.
It's a nice junk right there.
Yeah. He seemed like a charming fellow, even though he was taking his shit while brushing his teeth.
Yeah, and I got this guy called the Lotion Man. He sits behind me, butt-ass naked, after the shower, any time of the year. He does it before work, too. He'll get naked and lotion up every crevice of his body. How do I know he lotions up every crevice of his body? Because I can hear individual weird smacking sounds. And yes, thank you, Tyler. That's exactly what it sounds like. And, I mean, he'll do it so long that I'm just like, there's no way you can put that much lotion on your body. There's no way. It cannot be comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't put any on myself, but if I had to, I wouldn't put that much on.
That's what we're doing.
I get dry skin.
Hands and face. The only place you
put
the lotion. At least I do.
He's a lotion man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's no, so etiquette is try to make eye contact. It's hard when you're sitting on the bench and like their wiener is eye level and they're talking to you. And shit's just fucking a lot of asses. You're going to see lots of asses. A lot of times I feel like I'm like in a concentration camp or something. It's the only place I've seen so many naked people, like in pictures. That's really bad.
Yeah.
But it's the only place I've seen that many naked people. That's really fucked up. Sorry.
It was a fucked up scenario. You're fine.
It's like you don't know whether he's lotioning up or he has
one too.
I don't want to I'm trying to change again as quickly as possible, but I don't want to seem rude at the same time because like I kind of look over at him and like yep, mm-hmm. And I try to look back and do my shit, but it's just like you can't not like notice it's there, you know.
That's just when you got to go back the next day and one up him.
Like just start jerking off.
Take down your pants and have like some crazy like leopard thong on.
I can't. There's already a guy there that has one.
Oh, that's probably true. It's totally fuck him up. Fuck the world up.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're gonna have to slowly get used to it. The worst is when you see a bunch of naked people and it smells like shit in there because like everyone's pooping, and it's just like I don't want to see naked, hairy people and smell poop.
Yeah,
that's just the combination is not good.
Next level shit.
No next level thing. No, that's a good question, though, Tyler. I'm not sure it's the correct.
I know how to handle this. Like I've been
told though, try to make eye contact.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in like locker room, like going to like a gym before.
Yeah.
I've been there, like guys walking around. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like whatever, you know.
YMCA, same thing.
Yeah, it was just like, but like they weren't creating
it's almost like they're kind of like hanging out in there talking.
Yeah,
like for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that at my work.
But it's just like, God, come on, man. Like, you are plenty dry. All right, like
yeah.
I don't know. It was not necessary. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody's definitely. People gotta take showers. That's fine.
Yeah,
do your thing.
Some people get their business done. They just get out, and some people just like they hang out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing fictional about that.
Yeah,
that is true. Even at YMCA, I noticed that a few times. There's a one that just like they hang out naked. Like,
good for you.
That's cool.
Good for you. That's fine.
It's a really funny thing, Tyler. It's funny.
The body is a funny thing.
It is. It is. It can be quite disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Disturbing.
With dangly parts.
Yeah.
But, anyways, this is the GenGaming podcast where we talk about video games.
Yeah.
So let's try to do
And
that.
dangly parts.
I'm going to open my beer, and I'm also going to apologize. You might hear a
Start
squeaking.
recognizing someone by their penis, and you're not making eye contact.
It's like, I recognize you more by your penis than your face. It's weird.
Yeah. Back to what you were saying.
This is the video game. This is a video game podcast. I want to apologize for not the conversation we just had, but you might hear some squeaking, and you probably already have in the background. My dog is currently under the couch right now.
It is not the lotion man.
It's not the lotion man. Part of it is. It is actually my dog Louie. He's underneath the.
He has a little tennis ball.
Bed. He's actually coming out from underneath the bed. Justin's not in the bed with me. Under the couch, chewing on his tennis ball just as he spits beer. Louis is chewing on his tennis ball and it squeaks. So he. This is weird. I don't know what's happening right now.
It's perfect.
This is the
This
is the Fear and Loathing podcast.
Yeah,
we
we
have a suitcase full of drugs and a bottle of whiskey. No, anyways, yeah. So let's talk some video games. Why don't we jump into that some of that shit? Justin, you were gone last week, I believe.
Yes, I was.
So why don't you talk about what you've been playing the last 2 weeks?
I have been playing.
He's pulling his notes out. Not his dick, luckily.
I ended up getting Virginia.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I actually. I think I might have.
You mentioned you bought it
for like a half hour.
Yeah.
I said I liked it so far. Like it's interesting. I finally beat this game. Not like actually it didn't take that long, so not really finally, I guess. But
it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah. I beat this game. I still. It went down a little bit from last time. I really enjoyed it. Like the first half was really good, but like I don't feel like it ever. This is not really describing the game very well. I'm just kind of giving my overall feeling of how I liked it. I guess like
it's hard to go in depth with this game because
you don't want to give stuff away. Yeah. I like so many things about it. I feel like the last half though was kind of lacking. Like it didn't really go to. It went to some like pretty deep places. I think it's like it wasn't like as kind of set story like maybe I what's the right word, like I maybe wanted to have like something like when I was playing it I was like thinking like it's going to build up and be so interesting and like actually be like a real story with like a definite type of end, and it would make me think at the same time. Like I said, it gave me vibes like Silence of the Lambs, X-Files and stuff. This somewhere along the way it kind of lost itself. I felt like stuff started getting a little too insane. Like you're almost in someone else. Like you're definitely in someone else's mind.
Like the dream stuff.
The dream stuff and like this person like in the bed.
Yeah.
There's someone in the bed. I don't want to give any more than that, really. But it was kind of like, oh, you were going so good. It's like when you go to launch a rocket off and like it's like, yes. Oh, it just suddenly like flops over on the end. That's how this game is to me. Like it has a lot of cool stuff that I actually really love. That to me, maybe don't necessarily need to be like. You don't need to have you don't need to use video games as a medium, but you can, and that's cool. Like that's something I gathered from this game. Like it's I could have watched this show, I could have done this, but like it's cool. It doesn't matter. Like it kind of it worked in a video game thing. It's just one other way to suck it in,
Yeah,
and look and check it out. Like it doesn't matter what medium I saw it in. I looked at it like that. It didn't have to be a video game, which is not a knock on it. Just something I noticed, and like it's very interesting. I will say it's like to me it's a unique game for sure, and I almost do recommend this game just because of like what kind of feelings they provoked in me. Like just as like kind of like thematically, like how the setting and the way it kind of keeps going, and like we were talking about before, like where like it's like you're in one spot, then all of a sudden like it's kind of like you're here, almost like you're going through time, like
jumps ahead,
like kind of like a show does, like a TV show does. It does that. Like you don't see someone walk every single step in a TV show. Like it jumps from here to here, maybe to the next day. That's how this game is. Yeah, and I think it's really interesting, and it's I hope these people. I'm not sure who made it now that I think about it, but I hope they make another game I don't know. It's really cool. Like, I don't want to make a game just like this game, but it's interesting. I hope people can see that you can do certain things that they did in this game. I know other people have done these kinds of things, but I feel like out of games I've played, they did it a little bit different, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Something they did was like there's a little extra seasoning in there. I like something about it.
I have did you understand what the fuck was happening at certain points? Did you get lost?
I got lost.
Okay, me too. Thank God.
Like I try to put things together, like almost like I don't want to give too much away, but there's some type of love interest from the past, and then like someone wasn't who you thought they were, and then maybe you were kind of had the silver spoon in this line of work and didn't understand what this person had to go through to become what they did, even though they had like break some laws to get there. Maybe I'm kind of trying to be vague here.
It's tough, yeah.
And yeah, and also like where you came from is very personal to you too, because of who gave you maybe the information or like the physical items to become what you are is very personal to you too. So you also have that too. Like, you don't really know who I am, even though you think from the outside that I was like silver spoon fed.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of like got some of the things like vaguely.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
You vaguely. That's the same way. Like, I vaguely got what was going on most of the time, but like the actual like in depth stuff, and like I had no fucking clue what happened in this game.
Yeah,
especially
it makes it interesting.
Yeah, like the last like 5 minutes.
The last chunk was really out there.
Yeah,
and I love out there stuff, but it's just like out there so much like it was really like a guessing game.
Mm-hmm.
At certain points, like what is actually going on.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's interesting. I'd love to see like this one of those games. Like, I'd like to see what you think of this. Like, write down what you think's going on. Like, have someone else write down, because I think it'd be different for certain people for sure.
It's one of those games where I don't think like there was a clear story they were telling you. I think it was just kind of like take it for wherever you want.
And it morphed into that. Like at the beginning, because you had such little information. Yeah, it all seemed clear, but then you started like this other side started coming in.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily like that. Or
it was interesting, but I think the first half, if they would have kept on with that, like, you know what's going on. I kind of had like like I said, Silence of the Lambs,
X-Files.
7, X-Files. This cool, weird, something horrible is happening, and you're gonna find this person. Something's happening. It kind of went flying somewhere else.
Yes,
which it was interesting. I didn't see that coming either. Tyler, you're gonna hate me. I played Jazz Punk.
I know. I know. I already know. I already know. I looked at your trophies. You didn't get a single fucking trophy. I know. You son of a bitch.
This is one of those games. It's like, don't take this the wrong way. I know you like this game a lot. It's one of those games like it's like I gotta be like in a certain mood to play it, because when I played it, I was not in the mood to play it. Like, I don't know, like something like something about it's funny random shit, and like there's like some really funny things in there, but it's like, again, it's a weird video game, like it's like, which is its charm. It's like Goat Simulator in a way.
Don't you fucking dare.
I know I know, Gabe. I know, Colonel. I know you love Goat Simulator,
and I don't.
You really got into like, it's like I got to this point in this game where I was like, I can't play this anymore. Like, it's making me sick. And there were some funny things in there, but like it was just like, God, I had some better things to say when I actually after I played it. But like, I wish I would have like bought something else. Not because the game's bad, just because like it's like one of those games like I like to hang out with like you and like get smashed, or like just hang out and just like play this game. It just like, I don't know what it was, like I was liking it at first, and then like it just went downhill for me, which sucks, because like I actually discovered something in the game that was actually really funny to me. There's a few things that are actually funny, but it's like, yeah, it's funny. It's like then I walked away, like went somewhere else, and like I found this funny thing though. It's like you go into like a movie theater, and it's like, this funny, ridiculous, like it's like old like 60s commercial or 50s commercial, like a toy, like hula hoop on your head or something. Like that shit actually made me laugh out loud. When I was playing it, I was like laughing, and I was like, that is see.
You throw the popcorn people?
Oh, I did not do that. See, there's a lot of things I didn't notice in this game, probably. I mean, for like a pizza box, I went to a pizza world, and like, just it's. I told myself when I was done too, like I need to go back to this game because I don't want to just because I got to be like in a certain mood to play this game. Like I was in a mood to play like fucking Battlefield 1 or something. It's like actually I just ordered these 2 games and they're coming as like, so I wasn't in the right mindset to play this game. Like it's one of those games like I think I need to go back to and just like kind of just go into it like in a different way.
Yeah.
Like I went to it in the wrong way, and I could feel that when I played it. Like.
Yeah, I'll say this though, like, do me one favor. Not you don't do it anytime soon.
No, I will
play the first level.
Yeah,
that's all. That's at least. If it doesn't get you there, fine. It's only 5 levels. So
okay.
I would say if it doesn't get you there, that's fine. It is not for everybody. It is a cheesy, corny game.
Dumb.
Yeah, it's a dumb game,
which is not a bad thing.
No, and it's like it's not like the best looking game ever. But
no, it's like a really, really, really awesome Treefall Studios game. I know it's going to crush you, but like in a good way.
This really hurts right now. This is like I understand now. Like
it's like
this is like my codename Steam. This is my codename Steam, Justin.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's a good analogy.
Oh man.
No, I'm not gonna see. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't want to say too much though, because I want to go back and I want to re-enter it because I don't want to make anyone sad, and I think I didn't give it what it deserved. I wasn't in the right mindset.
What is life?
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to Jazzpunk.
Please do.
I don't want to diss on that game.
This hurts
because it was actually there's some funny stuff in there. The other game I played and I beat the campaign for, as like I mentioned earlier, I was waiting for it in the mail, is Battlefield 1 for the PS4.
Nice.
And yeah, I played through that campaign and World War One. Going back to something. Actually, I never played a game in World War One besides Valiant Hearts, I believe. Yeah, it might be the only game I played World War One.
No, there's not a lot of them that go back
that
far.
Not a lot. And I've heard very good things about this game, so I do kind of go into like I'm probably gonna like at least the mechanics of this game and everything. And I heard some interesting stuff about the campaign, and I just want to go. I'm gonna do the campaign. I haven't touched multiplayer yet, so I'm gonna play the campaign, and I got to I started like it was like I think 6 altogether chapters, kind of. I don't want to really spoil anything, but like, there's not really much to spoil in this game. But like, everything's kind of loosely. Each one's like you're a different person. It's kind of loosely based off. Well, actually, it's based off for sure like real events. But obviously, what you're doing is like loosely because no one was there, and you can do whatever you want to. But I'm not gonna lie. Like the first hour or two, I felt like I got to where I did with like the last Call of Duty I played. I didn't finish. Like I felt like I kind of started getting bored. Like, it's just kind of like, it's kind of half-assed. Looks awesome, plays good, but I'm just not really interested in going on anymore. Just because, like, I'm not, like, that intrigued by the story and stuff. Even though it's, like, World War One. Like, it doesn't, it feels like World War One, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, how I think it feels.
So, how far are you inside Battlefield 1? Are you, like, a couple chapters in?
I beat it all the way now. This is...
Oh, yeah, you beat it all by now.
Yeah, I beat it all now. But that was the initial things. I told myself, I got to give it one more hour. I got to give it another hour here, because if I stop now, that's going to suck, I think.
Yeah, because I started playing a little bit of Battlefield 1 tonight, and I was going through like the first chapter of the game, because the good thing about Battlefield 1, at least it lets you choose which chapters you want to go and progress through if you really want to.
Definitely. I always got to go in order.
But I always like to go in chronological order. Honestly, when it comes to like this type of games,
I can't even help myself.
What was kind of weird though was going through a lot of like the story mode here with Edwards and stuff, which basically lets you go through some of the tank missions and doing all this shit. It seemed it was. I had to admit though, I like the tutorial stuff. I like the way the cinematics look. I also like how simple the gameplay feels.
It's very fucking fine tuned, and
it's very fine tuned.
Good.
I'll tell you one thing that got me out of the experience was when I'm playing the tank and stuff, and all of a sudden you have to go and repair the train. They don't try to repair the tank and all that stuff. like every time that I would get a little bit of sliver of health or something like that, if I died or something, I had to restart, and the damn loading screen after you die or something like that is too long for my tastes.
Oh yeah,
It literally gives you. It literally takes my Xbox One S or something like that. It takes about a good solid, I think about 30 seconds, maybe possibly 45 before it actually reloads until again. And I died again
on what's
once.
Going on too. Sometimes it's more.
That too.
And the worst is when you come. Okay, say you're. This is just a negative thing on it really quick. If you like die, you get to a checkpoint and I'm gonna quit playing, but you're like in the middle of a chapter, section of a chapter. Yep. You leave, you have your PS4 off or whatever. Come back in, then you go back to continue, which is actually a glitch now. It's supposed to be X for continue, and on PS4 and square for restart the chapter. But now, it's completely switched around. And I went to push square because it said restart, and it took me to the beginning.
Oh, God.
You got to push X. So if you play it, push X, even if it says restart, because it will give you the option. It's weird, but yeah, it's weird.
Oh.
But it will take forever.
Yeah,
to
that's
get back
kind of weird.
Where you were at your checkpoint, like a long time.
But like I was saying,
I actually turned it off, and I was like, I think something's wrong. It took like a minute at least. I was just like, something seems wrong. But I waited the next time, and that's how long it takes. Wow, it's not horrible, but it's.
When you notice it, it's too long.
That's true. True.
It's like a camera in a game. When you notice the camera, it's not good.
Yeah. Yep.
But the thing about the tanks inside Battlefield 1 from that initial chapter is when I got enough damage, it was down to the red, and then having to manually hold down the LB button in order to try to repair the thing. I have to literally try to find a space where there's not a lot of fire, press LB, it doesn't move or any type of shit. You can only move the camera, so you're very vulnerable to the freaking tank.
That's one of the worst things in the game so far for me, was that like whole mechanic of like repairing the tank. It seemed very... like everything else seems like as much a video game can be very realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what else was pretty funny is like you actually getting control of the fucking getting control of the carrier pigeon for the first time.
Oh, that was super weird.
The sweet bird physics.
Dude, it was so bad.
Man. Yeah.
I didn't know at first I was flying it, and I was like, oh shit, I'm flying this.
I literally thought it was like on path on rails or something like that, because it doesn't really tell you you're in control of the fucking bird. I mean, you have the idea. It's like, oh, hey, now am I actually controlling this thing?
You are the pigeon.
And all of a sudden, it's like I was literally jarring around with the controls, and it's so hard to steer this fucking bird.
Dude, I've seen birds fly. They do not fly like they do in real life, like they do in this game. I tried. If you do it like real life, they crash.
Yeah.
And what's the thing about maybe have it controllable with just the L stick, the freaking like left stick and stuff like that, and have it be locked onto a specific point, and then just have it manually just go through, press the right trigger or something like that in order to fly to that shit, because that would have been a lot better than just the gliding motion with both sticks.
Yeah,
you have to be pointed you have to be pointed in the specific direction in order to control this damn creature.
Yeah,
it feels so jarring.
It was strange. It's like one of those things you really, in the flying too, is like it's actually really weird. The flying, if I remember correctly, is almost identical to the flying in Star Fox Zero. You push forward the throttle.
Use the Wiimote?
Back. No Wiimote though. Forward and back on the left stick for throttle and slow down.
Oh,
and then you use your right stick invertedly like you would in an airplane, which usually feels good. Usually I want it inverted. Yeah. But for some reason this game, when I do flying, like that was actually one of the hardest... It was the hardest chapter. Because like, when I'm using the left stick to do certain things, it just feels weird. Like I actually wish that like it was like L and R for like slow down, left to like slow down, right to like speed up. Like throttle.
Yeah.
It feels strange when you're like, the sticks are doing everything. Just like Star Fox Zero felt kind of weird at first. Well, you get used to it after a while, but it's like, it is odd. And
it kind of made me wonder, why the hell is it in the game?
Yeah.
It's really cool, though. Like, everything else but like that as part of the controlling is awesome.
Yeah, it should have just been like a cutscene or something.
It should have been part of the cutscene.
Part, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the pigeon was worse than the flying.
Normal flying. I played on Xbox One. I played the first chapter, the tank stuff, but I own a PS4 now. That's my... I have cleared some other games through. That's my next game I'm going to play. But yeah.
Awesome. Just not to give anything away, I just want to say I really am glad that I stuck to it. Of course, there's always things I wish that was different. Like, okay, I wish that, like, it's actually really gruesome. Like, if you shoot someone from, like, 200 yards away and you see the person, you can see, like, a stream of blood just, like, shooting up. But there should be more. Like, you shoot someone in the arm, they don't have an arm anymore. Well, that's just my, that's why I wish it had that much detail. It's not because I think, like, it should be that way because it's, like, a real war that happened to real people. I just separate that. Like, in the video game, though, where you're making, like, a World War I, simulator, if you will. I don't know, it should be accurate like that. But there's obviously reasons why they don't have that, because they definitely could nowadays, because in lots of games they do that, where it's like you shoot someone in the arm and it flies off, or their head, or whatever.
Yeah.
In this one, they always look the same. But that's just one little detail that I would change if I made the game. But it's a very awesome game. It just felt so good, so crisp, and I actually haven't played a military game like that in quite a while, where it's just like you're walking around, you're in real things, and like it just feels so good. And I've shot lots of these kinds of guns that are in the game. I've shot myself, like bolt action rifles and these old pistols and revolvers, and it feels so good, and it's very realistic to how they shoot and like how accurate they are and everything. Like, there's a lot of open sights in this game. There's scopes too, of course, but like it's cool, and all the stuff you can do: tanks, airplanes, riding horseback. And the horseback is some of the best horseback riding I've felt like I actually played in a video game. Like, it felt really awesome. You can just swing a sword off it too.
Does it top Barbie Horse's Adventure on the Wii?
No, nothing can. But yeah, dude, I can't wait. I'm going to delve into actually playing multiplayer in this game when I beat Titanfall 2's campaign, which I'm in now. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but yeah, that is funny, Tyler. And no, nothing will ever top that. But yeah, I recommend this game to everyone. That's all I can say.
That's right, the way you sold it.
Everyone who's interested into actually playing a war game or something, because it is a beautiful looking game. At least the campaign that I played, and it's really awesome. Some of the stories to me were kind of cheesy. I didn't really get into them like some people did, but it's really cool. It's cool. I like how it's just like you kind of go from person to person and place to place. And the last chapter is probably my favorite, actually.
That the Arabic one? The horse
yes.
Ride? Okay. Yeah.
It's probably my favorite one because of like the story behind the in-boss, using quotations. Because it's actually, like I said, that's based off a real thing too. I didn't know that. So, like the Ottoman Empire and like...
the sandworm?
That's probably what I'm talking about.
Sandworm?
Train?
No, I'm talking about the actual, like an actual 100-foot tall sandworm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Armored sandworm. No, but that's what I've been playing. I'm sure I played something else, but nothing I can think of right now. But yeah, Battlefield 1 is awesome. Totally glad I got that.
Nice.
Recommend it.
Nice.
Much better than Battlefront. Hopefully the next Battlefront will be as good as Battlefield 1 is as to Star Wars.
We're going to have to pay $120 to get that game. So,
yeah, that's sad. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
It's $10 to buy the actual game. I thought about getting it for my brother, Battlefront, just for fun, for Chris, for his Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll even like it, but...
Maybe.
Star Wars, he might like it. But yeah, what have you been playing, whoever?
Gables.
Colonel.
Sir Gables.
Whoever.
Obviously Battlefield 1 a little bit.
Well, yeah. At its best so far that I've noticed, I'm getting kind of the same feelings from Battlefield 1 as I first did when I first played Call of Duty 2 on the Xbox 360, and that was kind of fun. Like, all the whole sense of overwhelming, like, thing where all the action's going on over here, over there, and stuff. It really does a good representation of how it feels like to actually be inside of a war-torn scene, Battlefield 1. I give it credit for that. But I got to admit, though, as great as the game looks, as good as the controls feel, and the sense of urgency, and like the battles and stuff, and like the destructible environments, I like too.
Oh, yeah.
Going through some of the destructible buildings and stuff. That's really reminiscent to Bad Company 2, from what I understand. But there are just the jarring experiences, like the whole fixing of the tank and having to wait for the fucking reticle to go all the way and then just recharge over and over, or having just to leave your tank in order to repair the stupid thing faster and stuff, and leaving yourself vulnerable to the freaking enemy fire, which I understand. It's World War One.
It's
World War One.
Repairing it was weird.
But at the same point, you're playing a video game here. I understand that it's not supposed to be all historically accurate. But let's see. Other than that, other than the crazy kind of odd pitching controlling, well, let's see. Well, I know I'm going to be playing a little bit more Battlefield 1 pretty soon. I mean, I literally am in the mode here for the next couple weeks until our Game of the Year show begins. I am going to be going through... I got to go through a bunch of the games released from this year, since I now have access to most of them, and go through and just play a bunch and see what sticks, pretty much. But I have played a bit more... I actually played a little bit of Super Mario Run, that new iOS game that was released this past Thursday.
Quick, sorry to interrupt. Do you want to save that for the
end of view?
The end, because all three of us have played it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right, so I'll save the Super Mario Run stuff for a bit later, but in the meanwhile, I can say a little bit more of other game stuff I've been doing. Obviously, during the work week, I don't really have too much time to do like a full-fledged couple hours of gaming like I used to. And as a result, I've decided to like play maybe like 30 minutes or so for portable gaming, or even like close to 30 minutes or so for any type of console gaming. But I've been playing a bit more of Pokemon Moon, and I'm going through the halfway stuff, and it's really reinforcing like why I love playing through Pokemon Sun and Moon to begin with. I mean, the game is still solid. The story things are awesome. All the new Pokemon stuff that I'm trying out, which that's basically what I'm doing. I'm doing an entirely new team, an entirely new type of strategy. Because first time through a Pokemon game for me is like, okay, let's just get my bearings, see what Pokemon's going to work and stuff. But with my team for Pokemon Moon, it's like, okay, now I'm going to try out some stuff. Let's see if I can get this Pokemon, this. Go through the specific things, and it's actually a bit more enjoyable playing through it the second time around as it is during the first time, since I'm not figuring out where I should go next or what else I should do. I feel like I'm enjoying the game more so by just experimenting around and just do whatever I want to do. I have tried to do like the shiny hatching stuff for Pokemon Sun, and
Are they the same?
Oh, the eggs are the same, pretty much. All the eggs are the same until like you hatch them, and it hatches back to the specific Pokemon that you want to breed and stuff. But I am through like 100 and some odd eggs or something like that. I have not found my shiny Pokemon yet, and that is just starting to like wane on my nerves a bit. So that's why I started playing a little bit more of Pokemon Moon. Let's see. Other than that, I played a little bit more Rocket League on the Xbox One, and it's another one of those games where, you know, I've played a lot of over the past year, and that's just the thing. I don't really go through, buy a game or whatsoever, and I just play consistently for a year. You know, that just doesn't happen.
Every once in a while,
it happens. But especially for a gamer like myself, where I'm constantly moving to the next big thing or the next stuff, Rocket League is sort of my game where I go through, like, maybe I watch a bit of shows or a bit of YouTube stuff, and then that's pretty much one of the last things I want to do before I go to sleep. You know, I'll play like a game or two of Rocket League or something. I've been mostly getting into like playing actual online games by myself, which that's another first thing that I haven't done in a while. And I'm finding myself just really enjoying some of the aspects I've actually went through. I've lost plenty of games, I've won plenty of games, but what's more enjoyable is unlocking a lot of the random fucking achievements inside the game. And because I paid full on for this version instead of like having it for free, I've unlocked even more like crazy little decals and little crazy like cars and stuff. But there's one thing that's kind of crazy about some of the achievements inside this version. It's the one achievement is stuck on 99%, and that's the one that you have to make 535 goals or something like that in all. I know I've gone through and passed that. I know I'm like right around 600 or 700 goals that I've already gone through, but that achievement won't unlock for me for some reason, and I think it has to do with some sort of a glitch. But I have, out of the 59 or so available achievements, I've gotten around, I'd say around, 46, 47. And it's, I gotta say, man, the gameplay, the atmosphere, it's so simple to pick up and just play a game. It gives you the mentality of just one more game or something.
Yeah.
And I'm actually fairly decent. I feel like I'm
Dude, I was going to say,
fairly decent
good
playing
at
it.
this game. Like, really good at this game.
Well, that's just a thing, though. It's something that's around my alley, you know. I didn't really know I'd be this addicted or this wanting to play it so much until it was a game that the Talking Ship guys, our good friends over at the Talking Ship, like, wanted to do gamer nights on for the PS4, and I downloaded it that night, and I tried it with them, and that's just something that's been held with me for now over a year, and
awesome.
It's definitely going to be one of my best favorite games or some of the generation when we get to that point.
Just want to add to what you're saying real quick is, like, for me, that game's like Splatoon, because, like, I like playing Rocket League with you guys, but, like, I played by myself before, like, it's not as fun for me, but, like, Splatoon, I played only, like, by myself, and, like, I think I played with you maybe once or twice, like, during, like, when they had it for, like, a demo thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, like, that game is, like you said, it's, like, simple. You keep on, the same thing with me with Splatoon. You want to, one more game. It happened to me. Like, I was up so late one night, it's like, one more game.
Yeah, the games are so fast. Splatoon is
so
3 minutes.
fast.
Rocket League's 5.
It's simple, yet, just like Rocket League, yet so there's a lot to it if you want there to be, and you really get into it, and, like, it's awesome. Anybody can play that game. And it's the same thing with Rocket League. It's like, go right into that game, never playing it, you get it. It's awesome.
Exactly.
It's got that special thing about it. And yeah, that's all.
I'll tell you what, though, the last game that I played tonight was it was the first time I actually played a competitive game of Rocket League, and what was interesting about it is, unlike some of the other games you play online where Rocket League will actually, the servers will go through and replace a player or replace them with bots, or replace them with, like, an actual player or something when it comes to. For the competitive stuff, for the standard 3v3 matches, they don't do that. So if you're in a match against the other people and the match is starting to go south and stuff, there will be people who rage quit because, well, they don't want to lose, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And there was actually a time where I was playing this match where it was my team and there's, like, only one person, where normally it's like the opposite that happens with me. But it's just one of those things where that's just one of those downfall things for competitive play, where people are so so hyper competitive with specific games and stuff that even if something doesn't go their way, they don't want to stick around during a match, or they don't want to have the feeling of loss.
You love
or
that
something.
competition, but at the same time, some of those people can be just, like, turds.
Oh, not just turds. Some of them are just full-on douchebags, just to complete and stuff like that.
They are different.
Don't be a turd.
Exactly. Don't be a turd.
No. You'll eventually become a douchebag.
But yeah, this is definitely the type of game I like to play on my own and stuff when it comes to. And that's just the thing. I just turn on exhibition games. I have the bots all on to all-star mode. Or there are sometimes I like to spice it up and put on the unfair setting to, like, 1v2 or 1v3 or whatever the hell. And just see what I can do. I actually have won matches where it's like 1v4 and stuff, where it's just, hey, you gotta really rethink your strategy and really rethink the way you do things in the game when you're up against that many opponents at one time.
Everything counts so much more.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you gotta be really precise with it. Because if you're not, any type of wrong move, and then cause the CPU's gonna score, like, regardless,
Yep.
But yeah, that's all we've been playing for this week. But well, Tyler, have you already said what you've played so far?
No, not yet.
We're waiting, though. We know.
Yeah,
maybe.
So I got one game to talk about.
Okay.
I played a few this week, but I'm going to talk about one. I just want to focus on one this week. I finished up Telltale's Batman. I'm going to talk about that next week, though. The big one I want to talk about, I mentioned it last week, is Last Guardian. Came out last Tuesday. When we recorded last week, I was only a few hours in. Justin's got the case in his hand right now. I bought the collector's edition. He's currently waving it around the case. I don't know why. Although I do enjoy looking at the case. Yeah. So I have since we last recorded, finished the game up. I have finished and beaten The Last Guardian. And this is kind of we've been doing this for about 3.5 years now. This podcast. To me, probably one of the biggest reviews I'm using quotations I've ever done, to me, as far as like anticipation, excitement, worrisome, importance. Yeah, like everything above. Like I have not put this much thought into kind of what I want to say about a game before in this history of this podcast, really. Where I thought about the last 2 weeks what I wanted to say, and that's why I didn't want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about it at all last week, because I feel like because a game that I waited 9 years to play.
It needed its own spot.
Yeah, it needed a spot, and it needed to be. I didn't want to talk about 2 hours, and I didn't want initial impressions. This game needs, to me, this is personal because it's 9 years. This is a game that I wanted to make sure that I knew everything about this game and put in depth with. Before I talked about it and gave it any opinion whatsoever on it.
That's respectful.
Yeah, and I mean not that like I'm that like my
respectable.
My opinion is the be all end all for video games or whatever. But for me, this game being, I guess this is going to hit people on a lot of different levels. I feel like this game, I don't know if it's going to be a middle ground. I think it's going to be a love or hate kind of thing. Where this game has a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems with this game. The AI with Trico, the beast that you play, not that you play as, but who's with you. You play as a boy. The boy doesn't have a name. The kind of way it's told is you wake up in a cave. You're the boy, and there's this beast there. And he's chained up, and you play as the boy, and kind of the way the game goes on is just like you're strangers, and you just kind of there's a beast, and you have a goal. The boy wants to get wherever he wants to go, and the beast wants to get to the top of this tower. And it's never explained to you. This game is very much like. You learn a lot of what's going on through body language and just kind of the way it's directed with cameras, the way it pans out, the way it focuses on certain things. It's kind of very much, kind of left to your own, the way you look at it. This game, like I said, has a lot of problems where, like, the first couple hours in, last week if I were to talk about it, I would have had a lot of negative things to say about it. More negative than positive, definitely. Where the AI can be with Trico is super frustrating with he just kind of like in the beginning he just kind of does his own thing, and it's just like I know where I want to go, but I need Trico involved. Trico's the name of the beast. The boy doesn't have a name, he's just the boy, and he just kind of does what he wants to do, and it's just kind of it's frustrating. It's like we need to go here. And it's like, let's go here. And he's just kind of off doing his own thing. And it
sounds like reality of meeting something new.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing I want.
Stranger.
I was going to jump into, but like it felt like almost like you two are strangers and you don't really trust each other, don't like each other, but you kind of you need each other to get to where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And
I need you.
Yeah, and it's like we both need each other. It's like we don't like each other, we don't know each other, but we need each other to get through this event. And that's what the first couple hours felt like, and eventually it expands more into that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Like sometimes it's like going through puzzles, and then the puzzles. I think it's actually not a. I'm not a puzzle game guy. Like I'm pretty dumb when it comes to puzzles games. Like where sometimes I'll get so like a tunnel vision onto a certain task that I'm like, oh, this is it, and it's just
it was that the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just like it's this. It's got to be that. And then it's just like, oh, I can climb this wall over here. Oh yeah.
Okay. I was like, yeah, me too sometimes.
And and this game kind of doesn't. I feel like it's actually a fairly simple game as far as like completing the puzzles. A lot of puzzles sometimes just like figuring out where you need to go next. It's not really a puzzle. It's just like, oh, I need to climb these walls and get to there. But it's just like sometimes figuring out where you need to, like, what walls you need to climb to get there is harder than it seems to be. But also the fact that some of these puzzles revolve around you like needing Trico to maybe like jump up to this area, or like you need to jump on his back to jump up onto this ledge. And sometimes he doesn't go to the area you need him to be, which is frustrating. To the point that sometimes like you're like, oh, I think it's this. It's like, oh, maybe it's not that because he's over here doing this thing. Maybe it has something to do with this over here. It's like, and then like, oh, actually, it was this thing I initially thought it was in the first place.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
maybe
it's frustrating at points, but yeah, and there's also some like technical issues with this game where it's just like a lot of areas, especially with the beast, is like when you're jumping around, like a lot of the areas you're in, like involves you jumping from ledge to ledge, or like you're on the beast's back and he's walking, or you're walking around with him on, or you're in wide open areas, and the frame rate will just fucking like take a dive. Oh, and it's like I'm talking like 10 frames a second.
Pretty 15 bad.
Yeah, like, but it also kind of, it's in a weird way. It also kind of works for this game where like it makes it look like it's a slow motion, and it kind of makes it look cooler in that sense. Like it was like, I know that wasn't on purpose, but it looked kind of cool.
It kind of worked.
Like because it's like this huge jump that this beast took. It's like it looks like you just made a slow motion, but I know you didn't mean it. But it totally, that's what happened.
I played games with that before, actually, where it worked.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hit a cap there. Yeah, in some areas, like, the graphics are not the best either. Like some of the, like, it's like the deep stuff. Like, when you look at, like, the ground, or you look at the wall, it's just like, that's like a flat surface. Like, it doesn't pop. Like, you look at, like, Uncharted 4 or Doom or some of the games nowadays with the graphics that we have, it doesn't look anything like that. It doesn't look... It looks like a late PS3 kind of game or something like that, or it doesn't like that. Go ahead.
I just want to say real quick, it reminds me of, like, Pikmin 3. There's some amazing looking stuff in that game.
Yeah.
And, like, you look at the ground, some things like, whoa. Like a Wii.
Yeah.
But some things look amazing.
But
it's weird. Like, some of the enemies and characters look this sick.
Yep,
like,
and that's
so cool.
It's exactly.
You can tell it's almost like it's been like transformed to this other game. Like
it's like it was a Wii game
on it, and like yeah. But sorry, that's all.
No, you're right.
Remind me of that real quick.
That's a good example because this is kind of what this game is like, where like the focus is on the things that matter, which is like the beast, Trico, and the boy, and some of the enemies you fight and along the way. Those are like the ones that stand out. The art design in this game is, I think, gorgeous.
Yeah,
and
looks beautiful.
Yeah,
everything I've seen of it.
Yeah, and the two things you spend the things you spend the most time looking at and focusing on are the things that look the nicest. And which, if you're gonna focus, if you can't make the whole game look nice, if you want to make at least the things you're gonna focus on the most look nice. And in this game, the bird dog, bird cat, whatever. I'm going back for it. It could be bird cat. It plays like there's like a weird thing. I posted a video.
Definitely dog.
I think it's a dog, but there's also some cat elements in this thing.
Oh, for sure. Part of it's got to be dog, though.
It's like it takes a lot of things.
It's got
from
the dried eye boogers of a dog.
Yes, yes. Speaking of,
sorry.
Especially the bird dog Trico looks absolutely stunning. I think it's like it looks. You could tell they spent a lot of time on him, especially where it's just like the way he shakes and like he's drying off or whatever, and like. You can see the feathers ruffle, or you can like tell like when he's been like he gets hurt in the game, like he gets stabbed by a spear or something happens to him. You can see like the damage he's taken. Like throughout the entire game, like you see that. Like,
that's cool.
You can see the blood stains or whatever, and on him.
I remember that.
Yeah, and you know when those happen. You remember you can pull the sword or the spear out of him. And you remember those moments. You remember like if somebody gets hurt, and like you remember those, and it stands out in the on his. You can see the battle wounds of him throughout the game.
Cool.
But like I said, there's a lot of problems, but I am in love with this game. It is. And I talked about before. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show before, but I mentioned it talking to other people about it. Like 9 years of waiting. At a certain point, like one or two things are going to happen. Like you're either going to like the expectation is never going to live up to. It could be the greatest game of all time, never live up to it. And this game though, I can't went to it like. I was half expecting this game to be probably terrible. Like, best case scenario, it's an okay game. to me. Like, and a lot of people, like, I was thinking, like, reviews coming out the day before. I'm like, this game's probably not going to be very good. It's probably going to be like a 5 or 6 kind of game out of 10. But coming out, I was surprised. And I think overall it's in the 80s on the Metacritic, which, pretty good for any game, let alone, especially this game, I think. But like I said, I am 100% like in love with this game. Where like I talk about the AI problems. It's also like you mentioned, like it almost feels like it's like I said at the beginning, like you don't trust each other, and it's just kind of like I'm gonna do my own thing because I don't trust you. I'll kind of begrudgingly do the things you want me to do because we kind of need. It's kind of important that we work together to get out of here. But throughout the game, it almost feels like there's like this bond, and like it's just like you grow, like you over time, like you become like all right, well, like we need each other to survive. We'll work together because we have to. And in the end, like you two are the most important things to each other right now in their entire lives. It's like we need each other not only to get through this event, but just need each other in general. I feel like the game gets easier over time. Like talking about the AI problems, like him, like I said, mentioned doing his own thing. I feel like if it's done on purpose, it's fucking brilliant, I think. Yeah. But if it's not, it still works out in its favor. Where like the AI, like Trico does what he wants to do, like a beast, like an animal would. But throughout the game, like you get more commands. There's more things you can do to talk to him, and it feels like it's like over time he's trusting you more, and he wants to work with you more, and you become more of his friend or whatever. And I feel like over time, it's just like. It got easier where like the things I told him to do, he would do, and there was times where he didn't. Like I'm like, hey, I need you to jump here. Why are you going that way? Why? Why are you going? Like, I need you to go up this ledge. Why are you going to the right? And it happens. There's definitely times where this game will try your patience.
I feel like that's on purpose. Just listening to you.
Yeah, and if either way, it works.
Either way,
to me. If someone told me like if someone told me in this game like I didn't like it, this was frustrating or that was frustrating, I would totally understand.
Yeah,
like I get it. Like the first couple hours especially are trying. I don't know, maybe if it's just like you like the bond thing is a real thing, or if it's in our mind, or if it's just you learning the rules of the game and like working around those issues.
Like, you say he's like the beast, and like like any beast would, like you have to figure him out. It's like you're training him and he's training you. Like you're that's the bonds, like you're meeting in the middle. This is from what I never played it yet, but it's like from what you're saying. So it sounds like that to me. It's like you think like you're training him, or like, but you actually realize like he's training me because I like maybe my mind was different before I met this creature. And like, this is happening. But and
I don't know if that's the case, but I that's the way I'm looking at it. I want to look at it, and I mean you can look at it either way you want if you play this game. I mean, just in general, anybody.
That's what it sounds like when you're telling me, though. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, and it kind of works out to be that way to me, anyways. But this, like I was talking about before, like this game, like the boy talks to you. It's kind of like he's like telling a story. I think like he's like the boy is like he's telling like this event to some people. You don't see him really other than like the current form he's in, but it's just like it's like a narrative. He's like the narrator, in a sense. But the story overall is told like kind of like. You learn over time, like, you learn the body language of Trico. His eyes turn different colors when certain events happen, like, purple, he's scared. Green, you're in a dark area, his eyes glow. Yellow, there's food around. He wants food. And there's red where he's angry. He's, like, usually in a fight, in a sense. And you just kind of learn, like, through the howls he makes, like, the way the way he screams or whatever. You kind of tell the emotions through everything. Everything in this game is told, I think, that way, or at least the majority of it is like. There's like you don't know what you're necessarily supposed to do, but you kind of just learn like the way like the camera, like I said, the direction, the camera pans, like hit him the way you like. Oh, I need to go here. This I don't know what this is, but that's important.
It shows you rather than tell you.
Yeah, and like you learn.
It's very important to me of a video game.
Yeah, and like the way like it's just kind of like. You have no idea why you need to go there, what's it's gonna accomplish when you get there. Like, is this gonna be a good thing? Like, I don't even know if this is gonna be a good thing. Like for the boy, speaking for the boy's his standpoint, like this could be a bad thing, could be a good thing. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I just woke up in a cave and there's this fucking giant beast here. I don't know what's going on.
Just took a dump over there.
Yeah, like I just need to get up there. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, like just the way that story told, I like a lot, and just. kind of going to like speaking more of the game parts of it, like the puzzles. Like I don't think it's a extremely hard game. I think the hardest parts are either like Toriko, like sometimes like he'll go on to certain some areas are easier and harder than they need to be, or like sometimes Trico will just like a lot of the puzzles just involve not even the puzzle areas just involve you riding on his back and him jumping to the next area, and sometimes you're standing there like, oh maybe well he's not jumping anywhere, so maybe I don't need maybe I gotta figure something out here first, and he starts just going on to the next area without you. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta call him back, and there's ways you can command him to to call him or tell him to go certain areas or do certain things. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I call him back now. I guys got to jump up these things. Or sometimes just like, you're sitting there like I mentioned earlier, it's like he's doing his own thing. It's like I'm pretty sure it's that. Like I need to climb this, but like there's this chain over here. What the fuck is this chain supposed to be? Like there's red herrings in like areas. Like I can climb this chain, or I can climb up this area, and it just leads to a dead end. Maybe I'm missing something here. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to do this whole thing this whole time over here. Like I went straight and I went right, but I'm supposed to go left.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
That's interesting.
Sometimes, and like you get thrown off that way, but
you get through it.
Yeah, you get through it. I said this game's gonna try your patience a lot in certain areas, some more than others. The camera's not the best. You're gonna be fighting that camera a lot, and climbing on the beast is kind of annoying at certain points where like when you want to get off of him, when you're climbing on him, you just want to like jump down and you do something. Sometimes it's not the easiest. It's like I just want to keep it. You hit X to drop. Yeah. Like to kind of fall from where you're at. And you did it like 4 or 5 times. You drop, but you cling onto him because like that's just kind of what the normal character's supposed to do. Yeah. You drop again, he clings onto him again, and it's just like I just want to get fucking on the ground, you know.
In its defense of the camera, from what I've seen of like some gameplay and like trailers, it'd be a hard game to have a really really good camera. The way that some things look like very open and some things like very small, like corridors and stuff. It'd be a very difficult for any company, any people that make games to actually have a really good camera for that.
Yeah, and
I just want to say that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like because you're like the giant beast in this small corridor or small area. You're gonna it's tough to go around it. Yeah. But I think
I know it could be done. Yeah, but it's just a minor shortcoming, maybe.
Yeah, and there's definitely some parts of this game where it feels dated and like it's early 2000 or early PS3 days, or mid to late that time. Yeah. But I just like I said, I am 100% in love with this game.
Are you sure I can borrow it?
Yes. I might miss. I might
get
come over.
Stabbed in the back with an axe.
There's a hole in it for some reason. I don't know why in the case. No.
Right in the middle of the disc.
Yeah, right in the middle. Actually, it can barely touch the sides. No. But also, like, the music in this is fantastic, I think. Like, a lot of the game is just, like...
Strings?
Orchestra? It's orchestra, full orchestra, yeah. Like, they're, like, a lot of times, like, a lot of the game you're going to play, there's no music at all. It's just kind of you listening to the world. Cool. I played this entire game with Turtle Beach headset.
I bet that sounds sick.
It's so good. I don't usually do that. I usually do it with some games.
I'm so close to getting a gold or PS4 headset.
I heard it's pretty good. But yeah, like I feel like if you have that, use that, because this game, especially when the music hits, it's fucking perfect. Cool. This music is so good. I actually, like, when I bought the game, I bought the collector edition, and
it's sweet.
Yeah, I've it's been like I've been listening to it almost nonstop. When I've been doing weird, like, just cleaning or doing whatever the fuck I'm doing, like I'll put that on. Like, normally that's a podcast. I'm like, no, I'm gonna listen to those. I'm gonna listen to
this music right now.
I want to listen to the intro. I want to listen to the epilogue. I want to listen to like this music from this point in the game.
That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, and
that is so cool.
There's a vinyl coming out early 2017. I don't have anywhere to play it. I just kind of own it.
That's so cool.
It's supposed to come on iTunes.
I hope I feel the same way.
I hope you do too.
I got a vinyl coming out next year too.
Oh, really?
I don't have one, but like Ocarina of Time, vinyl, all redone music. Oh, nice. Ocarina of Time, I want it so bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
remind me that when you said it. A lot of things you guys have been saying that remind me of something. I just haven't say it.
Yeah, that's so cool. I know. I'm tempted to, like, it's like $30 for the vinyl. I'm tempted to go out and find like a vinyl,
especially for a new vinyl.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go out, but it's coming to iTunes, some other places. Let's see if I want to. So I don't know. But no, I am 100% in love with this game. I will admit, no spoilers here. I mean, I'll say this, that someone like me, that I like, Louie is my life. I love my dog very much. And this game almost was like, when I was playing this game, like, it was almost like Louie and I on an adventure together.
Yeah.
And that's the way I looked at it. There's parts
super
like
special.
Louie's being, like, or not Louie, fuck, Trico's being attacked, and I'm like, fuck, he's being hurt. I got, like, he's wailing, like, he's in pain. I'm like, fuck, I gotta stop. Like, you fight these enemies, they throw spears at him. I'm like, and I'm like separated from him. I'm like freaking out, like trying to like scavenge and get
it's
to
like a bad dream.
Yeah, I'm trying to like get there and like stop these enemies. Like I never felt that in any game I've ever played.
That's
awesome.
I'm
just like I am like so hooked. I cry like a fucking baby playing this game.
Really,
like fucking baby. Like so not no spoilers there. There's like someone like me that like just like an animal lover like me, especially with dogs, and I like he's a bird dog to me. Like. Cry like a goddamn baby, especially like the last like hour, and like I'll say that the last couple hours, so good. Like this game, oh man, like I'd say probably about 10 hours to beat this game. There's trophies for beating it under 5, 15, and 30 hours. I got the 15 and 31. I'd say it took me about 10 hours. If you, depending on how long it takes you to fight the AI, and sometimes and like figure out the puzzles you're in, you could probably beat it in 7 to 8.
Wow.
And there's a trophy for being under 5, which. I don't know how you can do that.
It's like the Resident Evil ones. How do you beat this game in a fucking hour?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, in this game...
It had to suck. It couldn't be fun at that point.
Yeah, no.
You couldn't experience the game at that point. You have to be a fucking junkie.
Yeah. No,
try to beat this game.
This game, I think you could, but you'd be fighting a lot of the game, the problems like with the game to get there.
Okay, inch this way, inch this way, inch this way.
Yeah.
Like, you know exactly where to go, but it'd be kind of like... It'd take maybe 2 times running through to get to that point, maybe.
Yeah, and I want to admit that's great.
It's actually pretty cool.
The Resident Evil thing, like sometimes the problem with the camera is it does that. You know, like in the old Resident Evils when you turn a corner and the camera turns with it. Sometimes it does that. And
I love that.
You're not even turning a corner. Oh. It's like you're just like you're just climbing like almost like it resets. Like it got all out of whack and it resets on you. And, but it's kind of the same of like in like Resident Evil 1, like. You're running down the hallway and you turn right, and then the camera turns.
Thank God! I love those cameras.
Well, this might be the game for you then.
It might be. I am a huge fan of those cameras.
Okay,
used well.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's used well, but it's in there.
They're there.
Like I said though, I've said it a few times. I'm in love with this game. Like I said, I wanted to. My only thing was if it was a good game, I'd be happy, and that's all I wanted, and it did that. A million times more,
dude. I'm so glad to actually finally hear you talk about this game.
Yeah, and
I can't wait to play this game.
I was legitimately depressed for about an hour after I beat that game. Where it's like I'm never gonna experience these characters again, and for the first time.
Yeah,
Like I've always thought about if I got that Men in Black thing where you can erase your memory.
I want to do it. Yeah,
I would erase my memory
and play
Last Guardian again.
It reminds you of life.
Yeah,
totally, man. That's interesting.
I'm curious. I'm excited for you to play this game.
Yeah.
I hope you like it. I want to talk to you about it.
Yes.
I'd like to talk to more people about it. But
go grab a beer.
Okay.
Back.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump into some of the topics real quick. So not a lot going on this week. Some small things mainly. I'm sorry. Holy shit! I almost forgot. Super Mario Run. I want to talk about that. So that finally came out Thursday. We're recording it on a Saturday. Usually the podcast comes out with the last few weeks. It's been coming out on a Saturday. But we're recording a day later. It came out Thursday. Sorry, Justin was handing me a beer. Came out on Thursday. It's been out for a couple days now. I picked it up. I bought it. I paid the $10 for it. Justin unfortunately owns an Android. He fucked up in life.
Yep.
And bought an Android phone. But Gables, you also
I got that V10. What?
But I let Justin borrow use my iPad and iPhone, and he played a little bit of it.
10 minutes of it.
Yep. He beat most of the game.
Yep.
Yeah. But Gables, you also downloaded it, and did you just download the free
demo?
part of it, or do you?
Yeah, I just downloaded the demo of it. I hadn't even paid for it because I'm in the process of trying to replace my iPod Touch that I have. And from what I've been able to play from it without having issues with the fucking touchscreen, it's actually pretty decent. You know, it's a Mario game. It's awesome. You go through the different levels and stuff, and you collect different coins each time you go. It's pretty basic in terms of its premise. It's also pretty fun, like, to go through a bunch of the same levels again and stuff, because the timing is everything with Mario Run and stuff like that. It's very addicting too. Like, the levels last like not even a minute, not even that. You know, it'll take you literally like 60 seconds to go through a single stage, which is very good for a portable thing. The only thing I haven't liked so far is it constantly needs to have an online connection in order to play that game, which that's sort of a downer for me. But other than that, though, since I have the trial version of it, I can only play through 3 stages, and I can have a demo test for stage 1-4. But yeah, after playing through like 20 seconds of the fourth stage and stuff like that, it gives you the option, hey, you want to pay $10 for that? It's like, no, I need a new thing. But I like it. It's fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Tyler.
You want me to talk about? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I only played the first 2 worlds. There's like 4 levels in each world. Like Gables was saying, I'd say most levels, if you really want to, pretty fairly like a normal pace, 20-30 seconds. Like he said, perfect for a mobile game. But someone like me that's not the biggest 2D side-scroller fan of, especially Mario, I like these quite a bit. For a mobile game, this is I think it's kind of a perfect game to play. And like just the being like the main goal of it being the coin stuff, not just getting to the end of the level. I think it's perfect too. Where like the game, I think it's fairly easy. Like, and which whatever. I haven't got like there's 6 worlds. But one of the things that stands out to me though is actually like a side thing. I just realized the thing today. I didn't know about it. You get like a bunch of tickets to do these rallies.
Toad Rally?
A Toad Rally, yeah. And I didn't really know what it was until now, and I jumped into it today. And I played like 6-7 matches of these in a row. So what you do in it is like they take like elements of some of the levels that in the actual game, and you just kind of like play them on repeat over and over again over like a 60-second thing where it's like you challenge a random person in the world. And I don't imagine it's like you're both are playing at the same time. I imagine there's like 4 names pop up and you just pick them. And
is it like a ghost of like Mario Kart or something?
Yeah, there's like a ghost
Kinda
there
like
and everything. And yep, just go in and point out actually like a ghost. And you start at the same time, and it's like you collect as many coins as you can in like 60 seconds, and you try to get as far as you can. And like it's like a Trials Fusion kind of thing too as well, where it's like you're kind of racing. You're trying to get to the most coins you can in a certain time. And same with the regular game, where like you can like you see what your friends the amount of coins they collected in that level, the high score. If you want to go back and replay those levels, you can beat them that way.
Yeah, I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like gonna be the main point of it is going back and beating your friends in those levels. But the Toad Rally stuff, it's just like I think it's kind of cool. And like you do like you get like you over time you earn like you build this bar and you can you doing like cool stuff like wall jumps or spinning or collecting a bunch of coins or like the chaining of coins in a row. And you unlock like coin rush mode where you get like a bunch of coins pop on the screen and you just like collect a bunch of them. And you earn like you're compressing toads, and you build like your kingdom of toads, and you put like shops down and shit like that. I don't really know much to how deep into that it goes, but like at the end, like it shows you each other, the person you face, their score and your score, and you gain toads, almost like Pikmin. And there's different colored toads and stuff like that. Like the red ones, the blue ones, and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you can like build your world on that, and that's where the toads stay, and they do their shit. I don't know. It's only about a couple days, and I just jumped into it, do the shit, whatever the toads do. Mm-hmm. I imagine like rabbits, they just have sex all the time. That's the only way that's the only way there's so many of them.
Dude, it's gotta be.
Just fuck like rabbits.
They grow.
Yeah.
They just pop up from nowhere.
Yeah, those fucking creepy ass motherfuckers.
I found a toad in my armpit the other day.
There's only one Captain Toad though.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I don't know. I like that a lot, and the for $10, I think this is with some bias. I think it's kind of worth it. I could see why it's for a mobile game especially. Like the impulse part of it's gone. Like you gotta stop and think about it for a minute.
Yeah.
for me, for being a Nintendo fan and a fan of video games, no question buying it. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I like it a lot. I'm gonna keep playing it, obviously, but especially the toast stuff. I think that's the thing that's gonna keep people coming back to it. But,
cool. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I played it for like 10 minutes, and I played like the first world. I beat the first Bowser, and like it's cool to see how like I've played most of all Mario games, beat most of them, actually all of them now. I think
Sunshine,
except for Sunshine. Thank you, Tyler. I have not beat Sunshine, and I need to do that someday. I have to beat that game.
I'd be able to with the Switch.
I hope so, dude. Because that controller configuration's made for the GameCube. It's basically a GameCube controller.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So it's really cool. I was so curious. It's like it's crazy. It might not seem like it's that crazy, but it is crazy. It's fucking Mario on your phone, and that is something. It is pretty big, and it's small but big. It's weird. It's like when you booted up the thing, you saw like the red thing in Nintendo. It's like that is so bizarre. I've never seen a Nintendo game on anything else.
That wasn't emulated, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like wow, that's legitimately they're putting this game out. So it's got me way curious. I'm totally gonna buy this game. But I played the first world, like I said. And it was very interesting. It literally is just one. You use one finger, your thumb probably, depending on whatever you have, and you push on the screen. You hold it, it will jump just like you hold the button, like Tyler said to me earlier. It will jump longer and kind of like what you think it would if you played Mario. And it's just kind of cool because it constantly runs one direction, like you're holding run, not this Super Mario Run, but like. It's cool to see how like, they do things like, okay, what if like you kind of got to get your head straight for this one spot? Like it's a boss. You kind of want to slow down. It's like, oh, cool, man. Like I just played the first boss. It's like there's a little pause block. You get there and like, you're stopped.
Yep.
You see Bowser. You wait there too long. He's probably going to start shooting you with something. And like, okay, I'm just going to go now. Like you push, you tap it. The tapping does everything. Like it activates the blocks that you're on at that moment in time, like the backwards blocks. I didn't realize at first, like I thought when I hit the backwards blocks, it immediately would like make me jump backwards. You gotta push jump while you're on them, which totally makes sense now because I see like the first part where you see those backward blocks is like 6 in a row instead of 1, so it's like okay, I want them to figure it out, like give them like 6 chances. They're past it. They gotta go back next time. But it's like it's cool to see like it's very simple. It's very awesome. Like, yeah, I'm a Mario fan, but it's like, at the same time, like being a Mario fan, this is like probably what I wouldn't like. It's like dumbed down when you think about it, but it's actually very interesting to see how they kind of make it feel like it's all right. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, I never really played many mobile games, so I don't have much of a say on like how to compare to other ones. I played like Jungle Run or Temple Run or whatever.
Temple Run, yeah.
And a couple maybe other ones, like not much though. Pokemon Go, whatever. I don't really count that like as a game. It's just like you're like walking around, clicking on things randomly. But like, so far, cool. I gotta buy it.
Yeah.
I hope a lot of people buy it. I hope it also I hope it reinvigorates, just Nintendo in general. Like I hope it does because I love Nintendo. They have lots of shortcomings for sure. But, like, I love them, and I hope this helps out. And I don't think it can hurt anything. That's for sure. I guess it's not really about the game. But, like, yeah. So when I played, I like it so far. And I haven't tried out the other Toad Rally and Kingdom Builder or Kingdom something.
Kingdom Builder is basically... it's
part of Toad Rally.
Yeah. That's
what I thought from what you were saying. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm going to wait. I don't know how long. No one knows.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, if all goes well, maybe just a month, maybe 2 months. Who cares? I'll wait. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I got plenty of stuff to play. So, but yeah, totally cool. Yeah, thanks for letting me try that out.
Yeah,
that was
no
cool.
I'm glad I got a chance. I didn't we were talking before the show. I didn't realize it was an Apple thing, like time exclusive.
Yep.
Until the day it came out, and you said you couldn't play it.
It's probably a good idea. Good idea for them because Apple knows their shit with apps.
Yeah.
Good idea to like go to them.
Yeah, and
Like,
they
have them help you kickstart this game.
You go to like the App Store, like they're all over the whole entire front page is on Mario. So
that's cool.
Understandable.
And also, like it makes total sense. It's like, and Nintendo is lucky enough to have that kind of power too, to just be able to do that.
Yeah,
it's
not a lot of IPs have
games,
that power.
No, and like it's cool. It works out for both of them too, for sure. I know that's only maybe a month or two. That could make a big difference for Apple.
Yeah,
it could. You never know. Like I almost for a moment was like, oh, I kind of want an iPhone just to play that game for a moment in my head.
Might be easier to just buy an iPad.
Yeah,
probably going for cheap, play it on there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, very interesting to see where this goes. See what happens in the future with Nintendo things on mobile. See what it does to the whole Nintendo ecosystem in general, and all mobile games in general.
Yeah.
Because it's a $10 game, that's usually kind of unheard of, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and this is like Nintendo's first jump into an actual game.
It's an actual game.
Pokemon, not Pokemon Go and Mewtwo are
they're just like interesting things.
Yeah,
but like
there's social things.
Yeah, social things for sure.
But I think we're gonna jump into. We're going a little long. I want to do one quick news note that came out. That's the game all three of us are looking forward to. Yooka-Laylee.
There you go.
Are you guys all looking forward to this?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. I
definitely
am too.
Trailer came out. They released a new trailer this week or a couple days ago. Now it's coming out on April 11th, 2017.
Wow.
Wii U version has been canceled, but it sounds like a Switch version is in the works. And also it's gonna be $40. So a lot of things came out for that.
Really?
Yes. Did everybody watch the trailer for this? The new trailer?
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not watch the trailer.
Okay. It looks pretty good.
Unfortunately, because I've seen every single one but this one. I didn't know there was a trailer. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's just kind of showed more of kind of what we've seen before, just different clips of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Wii U version part being canceled is kind of not necessarily a huge surprise, but it's a little bit like, okay, wow, okay, and see that.
Yeah.
Not like holy shit, but like it was kind of
a little,
wow.
Yeah, kind of surprising at the same time though. Because like it was a big thing for them. They said they wanted it on,
and it was
Nintendo
a tier in
really
their
bad.
Kickstarter to get the Wii U version.
And it sounds like they're really though going to make it good though for the people that were part of that tier.
Yeah, and
they're going to try to do something for them if they get the Switch one or whatever.
Yeah, and they said that
it does suck, and it has to be a hard decision for them, and definitely hard for them.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't want to do it.
No, and they mentioned that if you pick the Wii U version, you get your digital download code for that. You can switch to another console, so you're not you're screwed.
Yeah, that's what it was. I did read about that.
Yeah, so that's nice. And it'll be at the same time, if they said it was a technical issues, with the power of the Wii U being a problem with it. If that's whether or not it's true, it's probably a good decision business wise either way to not do it on that. The Wii U is essentially a dead console at this point, and you're going to get way more sales. You're just wasting your time. You're probably not going to make your money back on that. The biggest thing that came out of this is the $40 price point. Where I'm like, oh wow, holy shit, okay. I'm thinking it was like like $20, $30 maybe.
Oh really?
I was thinking like inside.
I was the opposite.
Oh really? Where were you at?
It's interesting. I was thinking $60.
Oh really? Oh okay.
I was thinking it was a $60 like okay. This is but $40 makes sense now that I think about it. But it's like I was thinking okay, this is like 3D platformers now. Like this old like Banjo-Kazooie way like I don't know why, but I think I was thinking it was $60.
Oh okay.
But I see where you're coming from too though.
Yeah, there's gonna be a digital version or there's gonna be a physical version coming out for it. I was thinking it was gonna be a digital game. Not that probably from the entire time they might have come out and said it was gonna be a physical version with the Kickstarter. I'm not sure. I didn't jump too much into it. I wasn't like a Banjo-Kazooie guy in the back in the day. Gables, I know for sure
played
was.
Them.
What's up?
I've been playing one recently.
Just with the Yooka-Laylee, you're definitely a bigger fan of the Banjo-Kazooie games than I think.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm more excited for Yooka-Laylee to come out. It's really interesting just to think of the aspect of the styling of that game coming out in modern 2017. stuff because of how much influence it is by Grant Kirkhope and like other types of famous composers, like developers and stuff that were responsible for the heyday of the N64 platformers and stuff back in the late 90s. And a lot of the great silence and stuff. I really do kind of wonder, like, with the $40 price tag, but at the same time, I'm going to pay for it. You know, it's not going to be that big of a deal and stuff. I'll get it whenever, like, it comes out. Hopefully it's a great game in and of itself, which there's nothing really I've seen so far that's deterred my interest at all, so hell, I feel it's going to be like a worthy investment.
I think it's going to be, made me think the $40 price point made me think of Captain Toad, and to me it was totally worth $40.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be like it's going to be, I hope it's on par with that, and like maybe even more in some weird way. Yeah. I think that'd be so awesome. Because I was telling Tyler, you were gone for a moment. I was saying, I actually had in my head $60 for some reason.
Yeah.
So like we came from opposite directions, and like $40. So like that actually does make a lot of sense now that I think about it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe going into it, I was thinking it's smaller than what it is, but I mean, I want to say that not that I'm turned off now.
For the
$40 price point.
You're surprised.
Yeah, and
maybe I think the ambition that they have in their head.
Yeah, and I think the expectations now have gone up for me. Or at least what this game should be or needs to be. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's pre-ordered. I mean, if you pre-order it now, and it might maybe still the case if you're listening to this on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, it is like you can get it for like $30.
Awesome.
With the discount and everything like that. So I got the pre-order.
Awesome. Can I say one thing real quick about Amazon? If you live in Iowa, you have one more month.
It's bullshit.
Yes, it is. You have less than a month now. January 1st, I believe. You will now be taxed.
Yep.
Your sales tax. Amazon does not, from what I read, does not have to do this, but they're deciding to do it to be like a nicer company. Like they don't have to do it legally.
Yeah.
They're deciding to do it though. In like 35 other states they've done it in, I think. And yeah, so
what? Now all 50 states and stuff have to go
buy
with
like
sales
a fucking
tax.
TV from there if you can.
Yeah.
Real quick, because you don't have to pay sales tax until January 1st, 2017.
Yeah, or you can just go through Newegg now and buy your TV or whatever.
That's totally. They could like that one little thing could take like Newegg to the next level.
This might be the thing for Newegg. Yeah,
Newegg crime.
Yeah,
$90 a
there
year.
You go. 99 a year. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. The trailer. Just kind of shows more. Mainly I like platform games, and something it's showing with I think with Ratchet and Clank especially showing that the old school platformers are they can do really well today.
Thank you for mentioning that game. I've been thinking about the game lately.
That game's so goddamn good.
Fucking sweetest guns ever.
Yeah, speaking of
weirdest guns, awesomest guns.
Possibly speaking of Ratchet and Clank, this might be a weird transition. In a couple weeks, I think about 3 weeks actually, we're gonna do our Game of the Year show. So.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is one of the many eligible games for our Game of the Show.
It's definitely in the fucking cyclone of games.
Yeah, I
spinning around.
I recently went down and wrote down all the potential games, and I'm up to 22.
Wow, dude!
Bigger year than I thought I'd be.
I lied last time. I was like, this year, I started to. I'm gonna write every single game that I play down. I'm fucking having so much hard time.
Well, I didn't.
Figuring out what I played.
Go on to Wikipedia and just check out the game releases.
Yeah, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
I need help with that.
I said just go on to Wikipedia, check out the games released in 2016, and there you'll find the release dates for some games.
And know which system you're playing during that year. That's a good idea.
I recommend just looking at your trophies and achievements. That's why I go.
That would definitely help.
Oh, you definitely played more than just the Sony games, though, or the games of the Microsoft Xbox.
But Nintendo didn't have a whole lot this year.
Yeah, so there
were some good gems in there. I've heard though.
At least 3 games, and 2 of those.
I've heard. I will say this real quick. I've heard only good things about Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE.
Yeah,
I've heard that game is actually awesome.
I heard the same thing, but that's the game that I know I won't get into. So
yeah,
out of the 3 of us, I'm probably more tempted to probably play that game. But just saying.
Yeah,
I almost would if I knew that it wasn't 60 hours long.
Yes,
that's what. It's like
big turn off.
Like, and it's the thing though. It's like you kind of need that length for that kind of game, probably. But it's like Like Earthbound, it probably was not that long, but it felt like a lifetime when I played the game. And it was so fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn. I just want everyone to have that experience with Earthbound like I did.
Yes.
It was so cool.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's, you know, we were gone a little long, so we're going to skip. Sorry. Retro Game of the Week, Gables.
I don't have one right now.
Thank God I didn't think of one.
Want some fries with that?
But no, thank you guys
bad impression.
so much for listening. If you want to hear more from us, we are on Facebook. We have a page and group. GenGaming. Jesus Christ. Sorry, spaced out. GenGaming Podcast on there. So like and join us. On Twitter, we are at GenGaming Pod. So follow us on there. On YouTube, we are Generation Gaming. Like us on there. Or no, subscribe, I'm sorry. Check out our videos and like us on there. That's what I like. That's what we do.
On Pornhub, we are the BDSM boys.
Yes. / glory hole. So if you want to find us, check us out there.
That's not us if you find anybody.
That's just Justin, actually. It's no personal video. Sorry. And also on Twitch,
it was me.
We're GenGaming Podcast in there as well. So it's either a follow or subscribe. I can't even remember. Jake tells me every 6 months when he's on the show, and I forget. So yeah, check us out on all those places. We're pretty much everywhere. We're actually in your closet right now. And we're trapped in there. Let us out, please.
I feel like at the end of this podcast, we have to play a clip from RU since we're the editor. Let's play a G.G. Allen song.
I thought about it. Like, we put the show
it might not be a good idea, but it could be the best idea ever.
We put the show on YouTube.
We certainly have
so it just get
12
copyrighted.
million followers. There can't be that many fans.
No, what you do is just put a picture of E.G. Allen and stuff like that and just go ahead and just use the podcast.
Have you listened to G.G. Allen? Colonel Gables?
No, I haven't.
You need to. Oh my gosh. Like, it's insane.
You expose yourself to kids.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a horrible way to describe that to me.
It's so funny, though. It's so crazy.
It will change your life. Probably not for the better, but it'll change your life.
Yeah. It'll make you view music differently.
You're going to view everything differently.
Yeah.
Not just music, just life in general.
Yeah. Especially if you're sensitive.
Yes. Yes. Holy shit. GG Allen. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I was your host. I was Tyler.
I've been Justin.
Yeah. And the legend of Colonel Gables has begun. Until next time. Until next time, everybody.
Colonel Gables. The legend of...
What the fuck?
Let's show the personal theme song. You got a theme song now.
Colonel Gables. Colonel Gables is in the...
Can't you see? He's a man. Let me hear you applaud. He is more than a man. He's a shining golden god.
If it's time to fucking rock.
Fucking roll.
Colonel Gables is out of control.
Until next time, everyone. GG.
Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally face-palming right now. And we're out.
That was a beautiful ending.